Welcome, fellow dog lovers. Today we will tackle some common behavioral issues in our furry friends. Dogs, like humans, have their own unique personalities and habits, but sometimes these habits can develop into behavioral issues that can disrupt our daily lives and the peace of our homes. Addressing these problems is not just about maintaining order, it's also about understanding our dogs better and strengthening our bond with them. We'll be discussing 3 common issues that many dog owners face: excessive barking, destructive chewing, and leash pulling. These behaviors, although natural, can become problematic when they're excessive or inappropriate. But don't worry. With patience, consistency, and the right techniques, we can guide our dogs towards better behavior. Understanding these issues will not only improve your bond with your dog, but also ensure a more peaceful and harmonious living environment. So, let's dive in and explore how to address these common dog behavioral issues effectively. First on our list is excessive barking. We all love a good bark, but sometimes it can get out of hand. It's crucial to understand that barking is a natural behavior for dogs. It's their way of communicating. However, when the barking becomes incessant, it's usually a sign that something is amiss. There are numerous reasons why dogs bark excessively. It could be they're seeking attention, they're bored, or they're anxious. Identifying the trigger behind your dog's excessive barking is the first step towards addressing the issue. Take note of when and where the barking usually occurs. Is it when you're about to leave the house? Then separation anxiety might be the culprit. Is it when they see other dogs or people outside? Territorial barking could be at play. Or is it when they have nothing to do, they might simply be bored? Once you've identified the trigger, it's time to address it. If your dog barks due to boredom, ensure they have plenty of physical and mental stimulation. Regular playtimes, walks, and puzzle toys can go a long way. For dogs suffering from separation anxiety, gradual desensitization can help. Start by leaving them alone for short periods, then gradually increase the duration. Reward them for being calm and quiet when you leave and return. If territorial barking is the issue, training your dog to associate the sight of strangers or other dogs with positive experiences can help. For example, when a stranger approaches, offer your dog a treat. Over time, they'll learn to associate strangers with good things, reducing their need to bark. Now, here's where the magic happens: positive reinforcement. This is a dog training method where you reward your dog for displaying the behavior you want, in this case, being quiet. Use treats, praises, or their favorite toy as a reward. The idea is to make quiet behavior more rewarding than barking. Remember, when using positive reinforcement, timing is everything. Reward your dog immediately after they stop barking, so they can make the connection between their quiet behavior and the reward. It's also essential to ignore unwanted barking. Don't yell or punish your dog, as it can reinforce the barking behavior. Instead, calmly wait for them to stop barking, then reward them for being quiet. Remember, patience and consistency are key when dealing with excessive barking. It's not a problem that can be solved overnight, but with understanding, patience, and positive reinforcement, you're well on your way to a quieter, happier home. Next, we come to destructive chewing, a behavior often seen in puppies, but also in adult dogs. It's a natural instinct for our furry friends, a way for them to explore their environment, relieve boredom, or even alleviate teething discomfort for puppies. However, when this behavior gets out of hand, it can lead to a whole host of problems, from damaged furniture to potential health risks. So how do we manage this? The key is redirection. Rather than attempting to suppress this natural instinct, we aim to guide it towards more appropriate outlets. The easiest way to do this is by providing a variety of chew toys. These can range from rubber toys designed to withstand aggressive chewing to softer plush toys for gentler play. It's important to have a selection, as this will cater to your dog's different chewing needs and moods. Just as we humans have our favorite comfort foods, dogs too have their preferred chew toys. Now, it's not enough to just hand over these toys and expect your dog to automatically gravitate towards them. We need to make these toys more appealing than your precious belongings. This can be achieved by incorporating playtime with these toys into your daily routine. Make them exciting. Some toys can be filled with treats or flavored with dog-friendly spreads to make them more enticing. Let's consider a case study, for instance. Meet Max, a 1-year-old Labrador with a penchant for chewing shoes. Max's owner started by introducing a variety of chew toys, but Max still seemed to prefer the taste of leather. The breakthrough came when Max's owner started using a treat-filled rubber toy. By making the toy more exciting than the shoe, Max gradually shifted his chewing habits towards the toy. Managing environmental factors is another crucial strategy. This means puppy-proofing or dog-proofing your house to minimize the opportunities for destructive chewing. Keep items that might be tempting out of your dog's reach. If you can't remove an item, consider using a pet-safe deterrent spray. These sprays have a taste or smell that dogs find unpleasant, deterring them from chewing on the item. It's important to remember that destructive chewing is often a sign of underlying issues like boredom, anxiety, or lack of exercise. Therefore, ensuring your dog gets plenty of physical and mental stimulation is an essential part of the solution. By providing appropriate outlets for your dog's chewing behavior, you can protect your belongings from damage. Remember, patience and consistency are key. With time, your dog will learn to use these outlets instead of turning to your favorite pair of shoes or that brand new sofa cushion. Leash pulling can make walks stressful for both you and your dog. It's not just a question of controlling your pet's movements. It's about encouraging a harmonious relationship between you and your furry friend. So let's dive into some practical solutions to address this common issue. Firstly, let's talk about the stop-and-go technique. It's as straightforward as it sounds. When your dog starts to pull on the leash, you stop. You become a statue. The idea here is to teach your dog that pulling will not get them where they want to go. Once they stop pulling and the leash slackens, you can start walking again. This method requires patience, and it's important to be consistent. If you give in just once, your dog will learn that pulling might work. So stick with it, and your persistence will pay off. Another effective strategy is changing direction. If your dog pulls instead of stopping, you change your direction. Your dog will soon realize that pulling leads to the opposite of where they want to go. This method is all about unpredictability and keeping your dog focused on you as their guide during walks. Now let's talk about tools that can aid in training. No-pull harnesses are a popular choice. These harnesses are designed to discourage pulling without causing harm or discomfort to your dog. They work by shifting the pressure from the dog's neck to their body, which naturally discourages pulling. Remember, these tools are not a quick fix, but they can certainly make training more manageable. One more thing to consider is rewarding good behavior. Always have treats handy during walks. When your dog walks nicely without pulling, reward them with a treat and praise. This positive reinforcement will encourage them to repeat the behavior. Lastly, remember that exercise and mental stimulation are key to reducing leash pulling. A well-exercised dog is less likely to pull on the leash. Incorporate playtime and training sessions into your routine to keep your dog mentally stimulated. In summary, leash pulling can be a challenging behavior to correct. But with the right approach, patience and consistency, it can be managed effectively. Use the stop-and-go technique, change direction, utilize no-pull harnesses, and always reward good behavior. Above all, ensure your dog gets enough exercise and mental stimulation. Remember, every dog is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. Don't be discouraged if progress seems slow. It's important to stay patient and consistent, and over time you'll see improvements. With consistent training and the right tools, your dog will soon understand that pulling gets them nowhere faster. Let's recap what we've learned today about addressing our dog's behavioral issues. This journey began by understanding that our furry friends may bark excessively as a way of communicating distress or excitement. By identifying what triggers this behavior, we can effectively manage it using positive reinforcement techniques. We then dove into the world of destructive chewing, a behavior that can be redirected to appropriate toys and managed by altering our dog's environment. Remember, it's not about punishing our dogs, but guiding them to make better choices. Next, we tackled the common issue of leash pulling. We've learned that patience and consistency are key in teaching our dogs better leash manners. Techniques like the stop-and-go method and the use of no-pull harnesses can go a long way in making walks enjoyable for both you and your dog. In all of this, it's important to remember that consistency is the cornerstone of successful training. Dogs thrive on routine and predictability, so keep up with the training methods we've discussed, even when progress seems slow. Patience, too, is a virtue when it comes to dog training. Remember, our dogs are learning a whole new set of rules, and that takes time. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe for more dog training advice. Remember, a well-behaved dog is a happy dog.